Oh no! Goblin's lost his mind! He's putting cheese in his coffee! I promise you there is a method to my madness, but we are looking at cheese today. But first, coffee. Oh no. But first, coffee. Hello, goblins and goblinettes. Welcome back to another edition of Destined to be Goblin. Destined, Goblin, and Sushi are here, and this is where I will try a food product of some kind, maybe something you didn't even know existed, and I will decide whether or not I should give it my Destined Goblin seal of approval. All right, well, today's item I certainly did not know existed. Now, I did know that part of it existed, and that is thanks to my good friends over at Fein Dining. If you have not yet seen their YouTube channel, Jen and Drew have a channel called Fein Dining, F-E-I-N Dining. I'll put a link in the description of this video to their channel. Check them out if you have not yet subscribed to them. Show them some love. They make fantastic videos, and they are wonderful people, some of the nicest people I have met on YouTube. They did a video on this cheese right here. It's called #ButFirstCoffee. This is artisan cheddar cheese rubbed with espresso and lavender. Now, when I saw their video, I thought to myself, you know, that sounds like something that I would really like to try. So I went out and I found some of this cheese. So I'm going to give this a shot. But then I started thinking, and by the way, they both liked it on their video as well. So I'm excited about this. But then I started thinking about who in their right minds would put these flavors in cheese. How did this come about? And then I found out that coffee in cheese is actually a thing. It's a Scandinavian tradition, believe it or not. It's called, and I know I'm going to get this wrong, I'm probably not going to pronounce it correctly, so my apologies if anybody speaks the language. Kaffeost? I'll put the word right across the screen there so you can see how it's spelled. It's made with a particular type of cheese. It's called, it has a very long name, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, but is actually made from reindeer milk, and it loosely translates into bread cheese. And the reason for that is because it's a softer, sweeter cheese that soaks up the flavor of whatever it's put into. And it's specifically intended to be put into coffee and absorb the flavors of coffee. Now, apparently, you can find bread cheese very easily in the United States, supposedly, according to the articles that I read. I looked everywhere, and you cannot find it in my area of Florida, at least. But it said that you could use a softer type of cheese with some sweetness to it. I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to try cheese curds. I got some cheese curds. I'm going to put a few of those in some coffee. I'm going to brew up some coffee, and it's said to let the cheese sit for a while and sort of soak up that coffee. So I'm going to go brew up a cup of coffee. I'm going to use alien mug today because what is more alien than this whole notion of cheese in coffee? I'm going to put some cheese curds in my coffee and let that soak while I sample this type of cheese right here. And then we're going to try the coffee cheese. All right, so I have brewed up some coffee, and this is a fairly strong roast right here, and I have added my cheese in there, and hopefully it holds up and that it doesn't turn into a big melted mess here. So that's not supposed to be what happens with this bread cheese. Also, I guess the other name for it sort of translates into Finnish squeaky cheese, because once it has been in the coffee for a while, it sort of squeaks when you chew it. So, but first of all, we're going to go ahead and try the #ButFirstCoffee flavor, artisan cheddar cheese rubbed with espresso and lavender. So there is a look at that cheese. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick the whole thing up and give you a closer look at it. You can see it's got that nice rub on the top of it there. So let's break off a little bit of this while we're waiting for those cheese cubes in my coffee to sort of soak up the coffee flavor. Let's try this cheese, give this a shot here. Espresso and lavender flavors in this cheddar cheese. Mm. Oh, that is good. That's got a good flavor. You get those coffee notes in it, and it has that floral sort of aroma that kind of fills your mouth whenever you eat something that has lavender in it. Lavender always reminds me of you get more of an aroma in your mouth than an actual flavor. This is good. It's a nice cheddar flavor on that. This is a very nicely flavored cheese overall, aside from the coffee, the espresso, and the lavender notes to it. Just the flavor of this cheese overall is very good. I was kind of saving that last piece there with the rub on it for last. Let's see how this goes. That is very unique. I would never have thought, and especially when you eat that piece with the rub on it, you really get that coffee flavor. I never would have imagined cheese in coffee was a thing. It's a good thing. I like that a lot. Hashtag ButFirstCoffee. Artisan cheddar cheese rubbed with espresso and lavender. 3-star seal of approval. I like that a lot. All right, here we go. This is it. So my cheese curds, I don't think they've done exactly what is supposed to happen with those bread cubes, the bread cheese rather, as far as that traditional cheese that goes in coffee. And the reason for that is because a lot of my cheese curds have kind of clumped together here, and a lot of them have started melting. The thing about this bread cheese is that it is not supposed to melt in the coffee. But what we're going to do is we're going to take some of that out of this coffee. If I can get some of it out, there we go. And we will actually try this. You can see that the cheese has taken on the coloration of the coffee, so maybe this will actually do what it's supposed to do. Let's try it and see what happens. Oh, wow. I'm getting the squeak. That is amazing. That was fantastic. And I think those cheese curds did exactly what that bread cheese would do, except for the fact that it sort of melted into one big glob there, and I kind of had to separate that. But from everything that I read, and all of the reviews that I read, all of the people that have tried this loved it. Everybody that tried it for the first time absolutely loved it. I love that. You get a stronger coffee flavor than you do from drinking that cup of coffee. And don't get me wrong, I am a big coffee drinker. I love coffee. I have to have my coffee every day or my day is ruined. You get a better coffee flavor in that cheese after it has sat and soaked up some of that flavor from the coffee than you get from the coffee itself. It is very strong. It is fantastic. I highly recommend trying this. Now, here's the thing. I am not really judging a product right here because this is more of a traditional drink that I found out about by watching somebody else's video. So it's not really a product that I'm judging here. This traditional drink is fantastic. I absolutely love the concept. It's very different. It's fantastic. The inspiration that I got to find out about this was from the video that I saw from Fein Dining with Jen and Drew. Jen and Drew, I'm giving you guys a 4-star seal of approval for putting me on the track to find this drink. This is fantastic. I'm going to try this again. I'm definitely going to try to find those bread cheeses that is the traditional way to make this Scandinavian drink. This is great. You guys get a 4-star seal of approval. All right, there we go. Again, the cheese that I tried was called #ButFirstCoffee cheese. And the drink that I tried there was called Kaffeost. I hope I'm saying that right. I probably am not. It is a Scandinavian tradition. It is fantastic. Give it a shot. If you can find the bread cheese, definitely try that. If not, I think cheese curds work just as well. But I will catch you next time.